So if you're going to apply a rule, it needs to be written in exactly the same way that the rule is written. And this isn't written in exactly the same way. So in order to make this look like what our rule says that if you take the derivative of a number raised to the x, you get the natural log of that number times that number raised to the x. This is the exponential rule for derivatives. This is the rule that we would want to use. Do you agree? But we cannot use that rule right away because our rule doesn't say raised to the negative x, it just says raised to the x. We have to rewrite this in a way, if we want to use this rule, we need to rewrite it in a way where we can apply this rule. So we need to rewrite algebraically. There's a pattern of exponents that we learned, which was that if you have a to the b raised to the c, that's the same thing as a to the b times c, right? And so we want to rewrite this so it fits that pattern. So negative x is the same thing as, how can I rewrite this as a product of two things? Negative 1 times x. So I can rewrite this 5 to the negative x as being equivalent to 5 to the negative 1 times x. And now how can I apply this algebra rule to, I can write it as 5 to the x raised to the negative 1. That's one way. What's the other way? 5 to the 1 raised to 5 to the negative 1 raised to the power of x. Both of these work. Which of these matches the format I have? The second one. So both of these are perfectly valid. This works for a different rule that we'll use in a minute. This works for the rule that we have right here. So I'm going to rewrite 5 to the negative x as 5 to the negative 1 raised to the x. So my algebraic rewrite here is to say f of x is equal to 5 to the negative 1 raised to the x. Now it fits perfectly. Now it fits the pattern perfectly. My value of b is 5 to the negative. So applying this derivative rule, remember d by dx just means take the derivative of. So I'm applying this derivative rule on 5 to the negative 1 raised to the x, what natural log of 5 to the negative 1. So that works perfectly well. That's one way to do it, is with the exponential rule and rewrite what you have so it actually matches the pattern for the exponential.